Hi, and welcome to a Friday afternoon live card making tutorial. So, need a card in a hurry? Well, let pattern paper come to the rescue. And so I will be showing you a very quick, perfect casual Friday card using the name just went on me, something charm. Designer series paper. What is it? Floral Charm. There we go. The Floral Charm designer series paper. Whew, that just flew right out. But let me start by introducing myself. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 25 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. So let's have a closer look at the paper. There we go. You know what? My camera isn't quite right. That's a little too bright because this actually has a pink background. This paper is gorgeous. I'm sure it's an online exclusive. I was trying to fool around ahead of time and then with the camera settings because the colors, oh, now there we go. Hey, Miss Myra. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so this paper is gorgeous. Oh, we got, all right. Miss Myra and Miss Mary. All right. From the Netherlands. So this is it. My camera is a little bit bright on here, but gorgeous paper. Let me quickly show you. So an online exclusives. And so I have the two sides together. And it worked out really well for my card. Aren't these gorgeous? So, so pretty. Now, this isn't quite as yellow. To me, it looked like very vanilla. Not that it was listed on there, but aren't these patterns just beautiful? This is one's a little bit more whimsical, don't you think? And, oh, let's turn that. That looks better this way. Those pretty blossoms. So Blackberry Bliss, Mossy Meadow, Timid Tiger, Berry Burst, Pretty Peacock. And we've got some leaves. And then here's that Timid Tiger. Very, very pretty paper. So this card that I'm demonstrating for you today, super simple. Do you ever have one of those weeks where you just need something easy? Or, you need something very quickly because you're in a hurry. And who else we have here? Miss Wendy. All right. We are just global today. This is fantastic. Netherlands and Canada. Yeah, fantastic. And the Midwest. Okay, so my card, very, very simple. And I decided to dress it up. So let's get that done with a die cut. And so I went looking through. And so, this is the old style of how the dies are now. We've got the envelopes. What I love about the envelopes is all the images are on the front of it. And our dies often have some really nice, intricate dies. And then you know what? I forgot I had those hearts. Like, oh, that would have been handy. Anyway, so this is from the Wonderful Thoughts dies. And so you've got all these nice banners, and this will cut out the greetings. But what I'm after is this. And today's the first day I've ever used it. So what I need is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we'll put this down. There we go. And we'll just get that die cutting done. So I'm going to use a magnetic platform or plate number 1 and plate number 2, okay? And then a cutting plate, plate number 3. Then I need my cardstock, and I'm using Blackberry Bliss, and then this pretty die. And so that rough edge, well, that's cutting edge. We'll place that down. And so the magnetic platform's holding that in place. And then I need another plate number 3. You know what? I put it in the center so you could see what I'm doing, but rotate. Try not to cut in the center all the time. That'll help keep your plates from warping. And then place the top cutting blade on. Don't scoot it. All right. And then we'll crank this through. And I just love our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because it die cuts through these intricate dies with just the standard plates. Look how slick that is. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'll stick it right back on my magnet card. I should show you that. Our dies come on a piece of cardstock with tape, and I prefer the magnet cards. It keeps everything nice. I mean, I just don't enjoy fighting that tape. And so the magnet cards are from a different company called Stampin' Storage, and there's the QR code to go over, or the link is under the video. But I love how strong they are. And yet you saw how easy my dies come off. Really, really nice. So for this style that is phasing out, now we're going to pockets. They're the same size of the stamp sets. I put them in these pockets, and those are available there too. So, just because everything is going to the new doesn't mean you don't have some that need to be organized into the older style. All right. And they're having a sale Friday and Saturday, March 6th and 7th, on the pad and paper holders. So all of those are, I'm trying to remember if it was 15 or 20% off. Thinking 15, but it could be 20. Anyway, and so following that link in, you will get the sale price on all of that. Every little bit helps. So it did a great job die cutting, and I can come in closer now. I've shown you the DSP, and just push these out. They almost just fall out. And I'm using my take your pick tool to do that. So this is the most complicated part of the card. That's how easy it is. All right, and scoot this off into my craft catcher. You know what, I should show you this. These glass boards, these magnetic glass boards have been super popular. Let me come back out so you can see it. My craft catcher, see how the lip fits right underneath, and then the debris just right off there. And so this is a magnetic glass board, and so these magnets hold things in place for us. And thinking, how have I been doing it without it? Because it's that third hand I've been needing when I'm doing masks and ribbon and everything else. And they come in several sizes. The size I have is a 13.5 by 18, and there's a large variety. You can pick something that they've got, like this one on that's pictured right there in the purples and pink, that mountain. Gorgeous. Mine, I got very simple and plain because for the videos, that would look good on the videos. And so you can fit your personality. And then, of course, all the wonderful accessories, the magnets, and you choose the colors you want. And the craft catcher, oh my goodness, you get a set of 3, very, very popular. So I wanted to show you that. And when you use code Stamping Smiles, or a link, or that QR code, you save 20% through March 31st. Typically, my Sweet Stampers get 15% off because I'm an affiliate with them. But through March 31st, 20% off store-wide. Oh, Miss Adelaide is here. Hello. So now okay, super simple. We're going to be done before you know it. But I will show you 2 more cards, and I realized I forgot a piece of it. So almost 2 more completed cards. Okay, so here are the patterns I chose, and with this pack worked out really well. I went with what was on the back side. Like, oh, so pretty. And I chose to put all of this on the Blackberry Bliss. So what I need is my Stampin' Seal. Whoops, as my favorite adhesive falls. My Stampin' Seal. So sometimes I have to help it out, get it started. That's a long piece. Usually I say 1 inch in each corner, but that would be the whole width of it. So, and then tomorrow I'll have a link to my blog post, or maybe even later today, with all the measurements to make it easy for you. All the supplies right now are listed under the video. And doesn't this just really pull all that beautiful color out? So pretty. Okay. Whoops, I put that on the wrong side. You know what? I have something for that to show you. Okay, because I thought, what if they do that? Stampin' Up! Used to carry this a long time ago, an adhesive remover. I have found them on Amazon. I'm not sure that I have it saved because I wasn't planning to mess up. I'm looking, I'm scrolling down through. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yep, here it is. Okay. It's been a long time. So if you ever do what I just did, and that wasn't on purpose, this adhesive remover, look at that. So I gently, it takes a little bit of time, you know, not ideal, not what you're wanting to do on live camera, but it gave me an opportunity to show you this and to get this off of there. And so you want to be gentle. And then this stuff gets gooey on here. You need to pull that off. And it takes a little bit of time, but it does rescue. If you do something like that, I get so busy talking, it does rescue your piece, in this case of designer paper. Okay, I keep hitting. There we go, something. Shaking. All right, this is taking a little bit. So what should we chat about? Okay, let's chat about, you know, that we're going to 3 full catalogs a year. No more minis. The catalogs will be complete with, you know, all of the basic supplies. Look at that. Isn't that nice though? That is off. It is off of there. So you just have to be patient. But my goodness, can you imagine if, and I've done it, you've done all kinds of stamping and coloring or whatever, and then you put the adhesive on the wrong side because you're not paying attention? Well, you can rescue it with this adhesive remover. They're calling it glue and residue eraser. And this is still my original one from Stampin' Up, you know, and I've been doing this for 25 years. Now, I'm not saying they had this at the 25-year mark, but I've had it, I would guess, at least 20 years. It's been a long time since they've even carried it. You know, it'd be good to put underneath me. Here we go. Silicone mat. There. See, though, it balls it all up and gets it off. There we go. So the 3 complete catalogs, how exciting is that? You know, we've been calling the minis the September through December and the January through April. They will continue with those names, and in place of what we would have had an annual catalog will be the May through August. So I think that's a real exciting change to have seasonal products and complete catalogs, and not trying to remember if it came out of this catalog or that catalog. There we go. Better, right? Okay, I can put this up. So that adhesive remover, really a good thing. All right. Why not use the buddy for this? Well, honey, the buddy for the embossing buddy, well, that would be if I wanted to take, you know, make it not tacky anymore, but I had the adhesive on this side. That wasn't acceptable. This removed the adhesive, right? So the embossing buddy, you know, I mean, yeah, I have used, let's say, liquid glue, and if you rub that over, you know, it takes away that tackiness so it doesn't stick, but I would have had glue on this side and that just wouldn't have worked at all, and I would have still been able to see it, okay? If I, you know what, maybe we can get a piece, and well, I don't have my embossing buddy right with me, but it would have just stuck in there and been really obvious with those 2 big strips. Okay, so I chose Very Vanilla. I did first do white. I was like, no, this really needs to be in Very Vanilla. And I don't know if we've used this. I've used it, but I don't know if it's been a while. The Simply Said, and it's the I think it's they call it the mix and match Simply Said, and I like it. Just such simple, basic greetings. And one of my favorites is hello, thinking of you, just a note, because if I make cards up ahead of time, then I am all set for whatever the occasion will be. And keeping with my card base, Blackberry Bliss Classic Stampin' Pad. And oh, and what's, so while we're talking about new things, just the In Colors for this coming fiscal year will be in a new style pad, and magnetic. You know, I don't have to show you how to flip it around and all of that. And so I'm excited to try them. They sound really nice. Close to my heart had them. Their consultants loved them. And I'm told they are just the best on the market. So I have this on a clear block B. Oh, very good. And with those grooves that are polished and rounded, oh, feels so, so good. Hey, Miss Linda. Hello, hello, hello. And so we are done with this. So see, I won't have to explain to push, pull. I mean, on the regular ones I will, but the in colors for the new year, how exciting. And then layer this on here. And again, with my Stampin' Seal. Okay. And this is only an 1/8 inch on such a small piece. It's more dainty. And sometimes you just want a hint of color. There we go. All right. And so for this design, a piece to go across right here. So back with my Stampin' Seal. So like I said, perfect casual Friday because so simple. But sit there and think about all that designer paper that sometimes we hoard and you're in a hurry. It's like, okay, you've got it. Let it come to your rescue. And you could do, depending on the paper, this paper is quite elegant, something quick and elegant. There we go. And then, of course, we'll be using my favorite adhesive of all time, Stampin' Dimensionals. So a couple of these will work, these foam adhesive hexagons. Pretty sure it's a hexagon. And so I got to this point and thought, okay, I thought, no, it needs something else. And that's where this came in. All right, so let's bring back my silicone mat. You know, I can get the glue off of my glass mat, my magnetic mat, but why have to do that? You know, put the silicone mat, I already own it. It's good for many things, but also because adhesive just comes right off of it if I go over that edge. Okay, so there we go. And of course we carry that, Stampin' Up. So now let's just place this. All right, so now, do you see, can you see that adhesive coming through? This honey would be whoever asked about the embossing buddy. What I like to do instead is take your pick tool and just get that out of there. But if you miss some of it, that's where running the embossing buddy over it will take away from the, take that tackiness so it doesn't stick in your envelope. Now let's just lay it here. Let's not press down and check our placement. It's actually pretty good. Okay, that looks good. And so that's when you would use it. And right now I'm just balling it off with my fingers. Another reason I mean, I've used the embossing buddy, but it will leave a bit of a residue that you then would need to wipe off. So let's do this. There we go. But very good question. Different things for different applications. And then our finishing touch. Are you liking this? Super, super simple. And are you thinking about all the beautiful DSP? I pulled out, I think they're muted palette dots. Here is that mossy meadow. So I always press down on the embellishment so the adhesive sticks to the embellishment and not the acetate sheet. And I want 3 of these. We're not, let's get those even. There we go. Once I'm happy with the placement, then press down. That is it. Like I said, a casual Friday, super simple card showcasing DSP. Like I said, we've got all this gorgeous paper. Let's let it come to the rescue for us. So I've got 2 more to show you. Oh, thank you, Miss Wendy. Oh, and Miss Linda, thank you for something so simple. Okay, so I had 2 more that I was working on, and then that's when I realized, thank goodness, before I went live, I forgot that piece, had everything cut. So let me show you a couple of the others in the same pack. So this is still the Floral Charm. Isn't that pretty? Now pretend there's a strip and some embellishments, but I'm really liking that tone on tone. So this is actually Berry Burst, but I like the Blackberry Bliss on there. For this, more subtle, because that is the pretty peacock, but really pretty. And then, you know what? This is, oh, Miss Tammy. Well, we're just so glad you made it. I didn't realize how bright Night of Navy was until we had Secret Sea. Pulling that out, going, that almost looks like Blueberry Bushel. No, no, that's Night of Navy. So again, what color strips would we do on here? I was thinking about that. For this one, I was really thinking about Pretty Peacock again, kind of that really monochromatic, but maybe I would stay with the Mossy Meadow on here. That might look really good pulling that out of the leaves. And this one, definitely not Mossy Meadow. I don't know. That one might end up being Night of Navy. Oh, Miss Mary likes simple cards too. Well, just a lot of fun. So this one, Mossy Meadow, I think. And this one, I ran out of time. But I was glad I figured out to grab that piece because I like that. That strip helps, doesn't it? So let's just look at them with and without the strip. Of course, I have the embellishments there, but that is a nice little touch, and I really do like um, adding this to it, that simple die cut. So there you go. Super, super simple for casual Friday with that Floral Charm Designer Series paper. And so I hope you're having a wonderful week. It hasn't been a bad week, just one of those busy weeks, It happens for sure. And like, yeah, let's do something nice and low stress. Fantastic. Oh, the Night of Navy is your favorite. Okay. So, Miss Tammy, what color would you put across here for this strip? It wouldn't be Mossy Meadow. I looked it up, and to me, that looks more like shaded spruce, but it wasn't listed on there. Not that we can't use something, but that looked like shaded spruce. I'm not sure what color. The Berry Burst, this is bright enough. The Berry Burst might be really pretty across there. So it's just a lot of fun. And I do have a thing for Pretty Peacock. And I know you're probably surprised I didn't do the pink roses. That's the card I demonstrated, but this one was just speaking to me. So delicate, so, so pretty. And we've got gorgeous paper that you could have things all ready to go. And with something like the Simply Said with just a note on there, you can even go ahead and have the greeting on there and be all set with cards. Okay, so let's do this. Fantastic. All right. Oh, the pink color. Okay, you would put the pink across. So Berry Burst or Blackberry Bliss. That would be fun to try. And yep. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And so that Floral Charm available to order. I actually had another one, that just came out, a March online exclusives, and that paper was gone. That has the new hydrangea hue, I believe. And I always check now. And like, oh, currently unavailable. And I thought, oh, I've got this gorgeous paper that I haven't played much with. So that worked out so well. And this template would work with cutesy stuff. I mean, just however. But everything I'm using is available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And all the supplies are under the video if you're watching on YouTube or on my blog. All those supplies and that Floral Charm, that paper I showed you, absolutely gorgeous. And so we're getting ready for, the retiring list to come out pretty soon. I'm guessing before the end of the month. That's when they tend to do that. And so the in colors will all be on there. Well, let me clarify, the 24-26 in colors, and things were getting into low inventory. So stuff could start selling out, as well as any stamps or dies or anything else that ends up on that list. They're immediately available only while supplies last. And so thank you for coming and spending part of your Friday with me. I sure appreciate that, as always. And thank you for supporting my videos by watching and commenting and thumbs up and shares and shopping with me. Stampin' Up is my business. This is what I do. And of course, using my affiliate links with Amazon, Stampin' Storage, and Glassboard. So, oh, that's what I wanted to do. Let's put this up here so I can see. There we go. And so Well, thank you, Miss Mary. Myra. I'm not close to my computer, so that is it. So thank you. So, using my affiliate links, like the glass board, you're saving 20%, and every little bit helps me to keep being able to continue bringing you these live videos as well as my blog. Oh, and so when this video is done uploading by tomorrow to HD, I will have a link to my blog post, and it'll have the measurements and a PDF that will include the picture of the card sketch, and the measurements that you can download absolutely for free. So it is that time for me to thank you once again for joining me. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to hand stamp smiles. Good afternoon, and God bless.